This is not Karachi, it's London. Britain's policy of mass immigration has brought what one expert is calling demographic upheaval to the United Kingdom.
It's now a demographic certainty. Someday, the white native English will be a minority in their own country. It's just a matter of when.
Also the native Welsh and the Scots. David Coleman is Supernumerary Fellow in Human Sciences and University Professor in Demography at Oxford. He's written that uncontrolled immigration could lead to a finis Britanniae,
which simply means the end of Britain. And by that I mean the end of Britain as we know it. The change in the number of people, and particularly the change in the origins of the people, in their religion, in their cultural background and everything, would make Britain unrecognizable compared with the present time.
Immigration can strengthen a nation, but several Western nations, including the U.S., are debating the wisdom of large-scale immigration from the Islamic world. And experts are asking what will happen as Muslim numbers continue to grow in officially Christian Britain. In the dystopian masterpiece Children of Men, Britain in 2027 is racked by ethnic division and civil war. Muslim armed gangs fight a government that is hunting down and deporting immigrants and trying to maintain order. Britain's future is not likely to be this violent, but it may not be peaceful either. When the Christian activist group Britain First took large crosses through the English town of Luton last year, angry Muslims confronted them.
It's your country, is it? Yeah?
Your country. What, it's a Christian country. It's a Christian country. Yes, it is. This is a Christian country.
You're jealous that we're taking over?
Muslims will take over what?
Urban areas are becoming increasingly Islamic, whereas rural areas are becoming increasingly English, and there's a retreat away from these two populations from each other. That's the future that is already happening, that the media isn't interested in.
Policy analyst George Igler says he does not believe it will take 40 or 50 years before the native British are a minority.
This is a nonsense. It's going to be much sooner. And more importantly, when you look at places like Luton, we already have an understanding. We already have a window into what this future will be like. It's going to be violence and sexual violence against non-Muslims. It's going to be Sharia law.
Muslims are still said to be only 5% of the population, and some experts insist they will never be the majority in Britain. Immigration also includes Christians from Africa. Professor Coleman, who stressed he is not anti-Muslim, but is simply looking at statistics, nevertheless said the changes could be drastic.
This is already manifest because there are strong currents in Muslim society which wish to see Muslim approaches to diet, to marriage, and would like to see Sharia law incorporated formally into British law, or in respect of some extremist groups would like to see a Sharia law replace British law.
More than 500,000 non-British citizens immigrated to the United Kingdom in 2016. Open borders was a big reason the British voted for Brexit, to leave the European Union. But Coleman says Brexit will not stop immigration from non-European nations.
Jihad is on its way! Jihad is on its way!
Great Britain was already a factory for terrorists before last week's attack on Westminster Bridge by a British-born Muslim. At least 850 British citizens have left the UK to join ISIS.
We have around 100 Sharia courts in this country. We're the only Western country with a functioning Sharia network of Sharia tribunals and councils. They're dealing with marriages, with divorce, even with criminal matters. They're marrying, as I said, they're marrying children.
If current trends continue, British schools will change when most of the pupils are from non-British backgrounds, as will British foreign policy and military alliances.
England is not going to be England anymore.
The English Defence League, in its street protest against the Islamization of Britain, used to sing, "We want our country back." If current demographic trends continue, it may be too late for that. Dale Hurd, CBN News, London.